Hi everybody, welcome back and thank you for your support and being here still. I'm going to be honest with you, after watching the second trailer of the Harkles, I was fuming. Livid is not the word. I think 3 years of frustration exploded in one instant. Then, while I was still seething with anger, I clicked on this article saying King Charles is shrugging off the Netflix trailer. I lost my shit and threw my toys out of the cot. Honestly, exploded with a rage I had not felt in a long, long time. Many, many years, in fact. So yesterday I took myself on a long trip and went to collect tablets in for repair, bought groceries 2 towns over, and so forth. All in 34 degrees heat with kids and dogs in tow. When I got home, I was so tired and boiling hot that I took to my bed and slept. Woke up, had tea, watched a few videos on random subjects, and went back to bed and slept until 7 o'clock this morning. Anyway, I'm feeling better and have made a decision not to be so emotionally invested in the Royals anymore. From now on, I'll report on them neutrally. I'll sit on the sidelines and watch the disaster unfold like I would be watching a kiddies cartoon. This will truly be my last round with the royal family and the Harkles. If the king does not step up and act on allegations from the Harkles in their Netflix series, then I am done. I'll then turn off whatever emotion I still have left and will no longer have the respect or restraint I had before, and will talk about and discuss whatever information I collected over the years, regardless of who in the royal family it is about. I can no longer fight for someone or something who does not fight for themselves or us. Loyalty goes both ways. Anyway, so let's quickly run through that trailer. I'm sure you have by now seen it all from other YouTube creators. By now, you may all know that they used stock photos and videos in their documentary, or at least in the trailer. By now, you know that the photographs they used to prove that the paparazzi harassed them were all actually stock photos taken from one, a Harry Potter premiere, from footage of Katie Price and her attorney leaving a courtroom, and then the one of them actually taken in South Africa was not a paparazzi photo at all, but instead one taken from a position planned and set up and agreed to by them and the media present during their visit. So why is this? Because this kind of photograph featuring Harry and Meghan does not exist. That is why. A stock photo is one anyone can access, and some you sometimes have to pay for, and others that you don't. I know because I use it all the time in my videos. Yes, I am a cheapskate and therefore I mostly screenshot the photographs in my videos. But if you want a perfect example of photographs I paid for, there are the ones contained in videos I made ages ago on Meghan's extended family, because those photographs were not readily available in the media. If you have a look at my grandson's channel, Great Dragonman Gaming, and you look at his last videos, you will see yet another example of stock photos, which I have manipulated, recolored, etc., with different backgrounds, blah, blah, blah. However, the stock photographs I use are not used to lie about anyone. They are still about the subject or real people in my videos, and it is still the real deal, but just photographs which either have copyright restrictions on them, and I have to pay to have those restrictions, usually a watermark, removed. What Meghan and Harry are doing is using a stock photograph to spin a false narrative. To get a better perspective, I looked through my archives at the more and very few candid photographs that exist of Harry and Meghan. And guess what? The few that exist were mostly taken with a silly cell phone by a member of the public, not paparazzi or newspaper photographers. Yes, they had a slew of photographers around them when on official visits and at official events. But so does every other royal and celebrity. They may have had the odd nutter, but by golly, so had many other people. Remember the bloke who moved in on my front veranda? And I'm not a royal, nor am I a celebrity. King Charles now had someone pelting him with eggs for the second time. In my case, it had nothing to do with celebrity or even Harry and Meghan. It was just happenstance because we now live in one of the main roads of our town. But it happens to many other celebrities, royals, etc. I mean, annually, there is at least one person arrested during trooping the colour, someone trying to disrupt the procession, etc. None of it has ever had anything to do with racism or specifically targeted at Meghan and Harry. Yet they appear to make it all about them instead of seeing it as part of the celebrity status they are working so hard to achieve. I think I lost it when Christopher Bouzy popped up in the trailer saying it is hatred and racism. Christopher Bouzy, who had been paid by the Sussexes and their PR to prove that they had been targeted and then targeted due to racism and hatred. The same man who is now being sued left, right, and center for defamation and targeting people with his own hatred and prejudice. A man who himself had targeted others, including the royal family, and made some very, very hateful and disgusting posts about others himself. A man who himself launched personal attacks on members of the royal family, including comments on their appearance. Comments like, I'm sorry, but Prince William isn't sexy. That is quarantine thirst talking. William looks like a balding muppet. So, in short, a man who himself is doing what he accuses others of doing, and a man who in the recent past doxed and trolled people, not respecting the privacy of others, a man who had no qualms to open fake accounts in other people's names in order to commit, let's say, not so legal acts. Yes, that is the man Meghan and Harry are associating with and using to prove their claim of racism and hatred. Anyway, let's move on as I'm really trying to stay calm. Let's talk about the Kennedy Awards Harry and Meghan received last night. Yes, of course, the humanitarians travelled to the awards by private jet just after The real royals, William and Catherine, travelled commercially to Boston. But we won't talk about that, will we? Meghan also sported an off-the-shoulder dress just like her sister-in-law Catherine, except that Catherine's rented dress was £74 and Meghan's was in a head-to-toe Louis Vuitton dress and shoes and a Givenchy clutch. But we won't talk about that either, will we? I have no clue what the dress and shoes cost and am not interested enough to search and find out. But just a cursory look at Google tells me that it would be in the region of $5,000. And then let's not talk about Diana's aquamarine ring she wore, valued at $90,000. Well, that actually just made me sick, and I have a feeling that Diana is turning in her grave, knowing that this woman is wearing her ring while slagging off the royal family and her other son. But we won't talk about that either, will we? Because no matter what we talk about, it will be deemed racist, won't it? Well, my dears, one of my problems is that brown, low GI bread grows mold within a day. So I guess that is racist too. And that bread company better do something about their structural racism fast, because I can't eat white bread. It gives me reflux. I'm not even going to bother to talk about their speeches at the Kennedy Awards. From now on, it is each to his or her own. I'll report on what I like and don't like, stay respectful to you, my subscribers, but I'm over this so-called rift. The ball is now in the royal family's court. I'm hearing that the royals do have their advisors and legal team on standby for the Netflix documentary, and I did have my Netflix reinstated to watch it in order to report back to you on what I think. Yes, I unfortunately had to do it because no one in my area who already have Netflix are interested in watching it. So much for Meghan thinking she is adored in South Africa. No, people don't give a crap. Meanwhile, while the circus is playing itself out in the United States, the real royals hosted the diplomatic reception at Buckingham Palace, where they all shined in their beautiful clothes, jewels, and tiaras, and their impeccable behavior, style, class, and decorum. Catherine was in a beautiful red Jenny Packham gown, impeccable and beautiful as always, and Camilla wore the Queen's diamond and sapphire tiara and necklace. Catherine wore the Queen Mother's lotus flower tiara. Honestly, my friends, what do we expect from ourselves and our friends? Just respect and loyalty. What do we expect from our colleagues and people we work with? Just respect and to do their jobs. Why on God's earth is it wrong to expect the same from the royal family and the Harkles? At the very least, the royal family are acting respectfully, stylish, classy, and decent in public. And that is all we care about. So why is it wrong or racist or hate when we expect the same from Meghan and Harry? Why? Who on this platform would have said a single negative word if Harry and Meghan did not go on the world stage and lied and lied and lied again and did not slander their families, did not flaunt their hypocrisy in our faces. No one, because we are just not that interested, are we? We have our own lives and problems to deal with. But they did. They lied, treated their staff and families appallingly, flown in their gas-guzzling private jets all over the world, while preaching to us not to travel too much. While the rest of us and the rest of the royal family are trying and working towards a world of equality, inclusivity, and peace, Meghan and Harry went on the world stage and once again divided us, spread hatred, playing the victims, and forced us to take sides. So, yes, in my eyes, they won the award for the most racially and morally divisive couple in the entire world. And shame on them, shame on the Kennedy Awards, and shame on the royal family for not doing their part in openly standing up against this travesty and supporting the people who had been fighting for equal rights in justice. And I'm particularly not saying equal rights and justice. I'm saying justice in equal rights, or equal rights in justice, because so far the justice had not been equal. Okay, my friends, I better leave it there before I say something I shouldn't say and run the risk of losing this grand channel. You are all very important to me, so please take care of yourselves. I love you all. Take care of yourselves until we meet again on the next video. Bye.